Hey, this is Matt once again with back to the videos of the paid request, this time from Tommy, who wanted me to do a reaction to Nostalgia Critic's real thoughts on Ghostbusters 2. Sorry for the lateness of this, just had to get some free time to actually sit down and watch this. Thank you for that. If anyone wants to request pretty much any type of videos, PayPal's usually the best bet. Links are down below in the info box. You can request pretty much any type of video. I won't be showing the video because of copyright and all that stuff, so I have the link down below. When you're on your computer, you have my reaction here, you have the video over here, or however you want to see fit. With that said, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So, Nostalgia Critic's real thoughts on Ghostbusters 2. I'm not a big Don Walker fan or his brother. Not just for all the stuff you hear about them and change the channel, that whole backstory. And they're just talking about Walter Peck from the first film. I don't think Ghostbusters 2 is as samey as they make it out to be. I mean, I think the villain is different. The whole dynamic with Sigourney Weaver and Bill Burr are different. With the babies different. I think Ghostbusters 2 is a good sequel. It's a fun sequel. Is it as good as the first one? No. But I think the characters, the actors worked very well. The additions, the mood slime, the villain is very different from the villain in the first one. You have the character being possessed, the baby being in danger and being kidnapped. Even the whole courtroom scene is very different than anything in the first movie. The three of them getting together and busting these ghosts, and that's a great scene. Again, Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver have a little bit of a different dynamic because of the baby and Bill Murray trying to relate to the baby, show a bit of humanity on Peter Venkman. Ghostbusters 2 is a fun movie, unlike Afterlife in 2016. So what, they want the movie to be like the cartoon? There were different ideas in Ghostbusters 2. The mood slime, moving the Statue of Liberty. I don't think the Statue of Liberty is a repeat of Stay Put Marshmallow Man. I guess because they're big, The used very different. The scenes are very different. They play out very different. As I get mad at an action film series because, well, those bad guys shoot guns and they shoot guns too. What? The whole cast give good performances. What are you talking about? It's not cheesy. It's done like the effects in the Blob. It done a lot of stuff practically. Come from the guys that made like 4-hour movies. You want to talk about cheesy? Have you seen the Uncanny? Go watch Taboli Flea or the Uncanny Valley. 4 hours apiece. Egon has some good lines in there in the second one too. How about we take away the baby? That whole bit. What are you talking about? Yes, it's not as good as the first one. That doesn't mean it's a bad movie. What's wrong with playing for a baby? Did you have a bit of humanity? So you're mad that Dan Aykroyd's character is consistent? I mean, I don't understand that. Congo's a good movie. Is again kind of hard to buy into what these guys say when they made some of the worst films ever in the Uncanny Valley and Taboli Flea. It's a good line. It's a good scene. Sorry I missed it. The only legitimate thing I have to say is Well, it's because they wanted to make the Ghostbusters the underdogs. Because when you don't make them the underdogs, when you make them such popular characters, then within the universe, then do you really want to see people constantly kissing their butt, saying how great they are, how wonderful you are, worship them and stuff? Then you run into problems like that Angry Video Game Nerd movie, where people are worshiping them, and it's like you start in a weird way almost disliking the person because of all these people ready to beg and kneel and worship and oh, we are not worthy. Like the underdogs. People are easy to relate to the underdogs. So again, they say they don't want the same thing, but if they actually build up to make the character more and flesh him out with, oh, hey, maybe he's not just a sarcastic dick. Maybe he's like, you know what? I could have been the father. And he has regrets of that. It's like, man, I could have been your father. I had regrets of that. I had a chance with Sigourney Weaver. I dropped the ball. But at the same time, it's not too melodramatic. Melodramatic. It's still a Ghostbusters movie. It's still for fun. But there's a little bit of heart to Peter Venkman's character. So we're not doing the same thing. But then you're mad. I'm just mad that they do the same thing. But they did something different. I'm mad at that too. So you're mad. You're mad that they did something different. But you're mad if they do something the same. You're mad that they don't smoke? Whoop-de-doo, who cares if they don't smoke? I wasn't sitting there counting how many times did the Ghostbusters smoke. They didn't smoke this much? 0 out of 10. They were chain smoking and it was awesome. I never once thought, man, you know why I like Ghostbusters? Because they smoked. Like, really? So now, hey, why aren't there more scary scenes like the first one? So you wanted to be more like the first one. There should be a lot of scary scenes, just like there's a lot of scary scenes in the first. So do you want it to be different or do you want it to be the same? You keep going back and forth. I want it to be the same, but I want it to be different. I don't like that it's the same movie, but Peter Venkman is not like how he is in the first movie. He just wants to play with the baby. And this guy's not like how he is in the first movie. And this guy's not like how he is in the first movie. So you want him to be the same as the first movie, but then you're mad that it's the same as the first movie. Make up your damn mind. I hate this review so much, man. I hate this review. Again, especially when you see... Look at Doug Walker's review of The Wall. Look at Uncanny Valley. Look at, again, The Bully Flea. They don't know how to write movies and they don't know how to direct movies. So you guys have... These two have no room to talk. I can see why Doug Walker's brother is usually not on camera. He's a vacuum of charisma. A black hole. So in other words, we're mad that's not like the cartoon. That's what it seems like. And it's like they're on another journey to defeat another ghost. And there is different stuff. There's the mood slime. And how it could control things, control objects. There's the bits between Sigourney Weaver and Peter Venkman where they take it up to the next level, where you have this kid and seems a bit more legitimate of an actual relationship. Because in the first one, it was like, you're like a game show host. And then she gets possessed. Here, I would say there's even more heart to the relationship in the second film between Peter Venkman and Sigourney Weaver. It's good in the first, but I think there's more heart to the relationship in the second film because of that. I think when I see them, one of the only things I remember in Ghostbusters Afterlife is the end credits where Sigourney Weaver's doing the thing that Zolt and shocked Bill Murray's character. It's because of I buy them together because of the way they act with each other in the second movie. Not because of the first movie. Annie Potts, it makes more sense for her to be Rick Moranis than Egon. Egon wanted nothing to do with Annie Potts' character. You could tell. He wanted nothing to do with Annie Potts' character. It made more sense to be with Rick Moranis' character. It made it more of a cute couple. And again, it's like, she's not like the first movie. I'm like, so you want... So... They said at the very beginning, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. It's the only with anyone with Ghostbusters 2, there's some people that... Hey, you got your wannabe Ghostbusters cartoon from what I heard. And Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And that looked like a boring piece of crap. Didn't see it, didn't get requested it. But it looked like a boring piece of crap. Looked like it sucks. Which he probably likes it. He probably likes Afterlife as well. To each their own. Their reasonings... I know it's their opinion. But I guess it's one of those things that I don't really like the people. I don't like Doug Walker. I don't like his brother. I never liked them. I never liked Nostalgia Critic. I don't like their movies. The Change the Channel, you see just how oblivious repeatedly that those two are. And I think a lot of that stuff was real. Some of it was like probably, okay, let's put every little tidbit and not all of it needed to be in there compared to some of the more serious stuff. But it paints the full picture. Just, these guys don't know how to make movies. I don't know how to make movies. If you told me go direct a film, I'd be like, I don't know how, because I don't have the experience. Neither do these guys. Having an opinion on a film is not the same as directing a movie. Yes, God forbid that, hey, maybe he's funny as a con artist. He still has a little bit of that with that smart ass personality at the beginning, being the host of the TV show and being sarcastic to people. It's about growing as a character. Like, if you think more of an extreme, look at Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon. He's ready to shoot himself. Then Lethal Weapon 2, at least with Lethal Weapon 3, you see that as he did more and more of this family, he's more and more calmed down. He's more and more humanizing. Not humanizing, but more calming down on those instincts he had in the first film. It's called a development of a character without having to be blunt like a sledgehammer. Let me ask you a question, guys. Do you think these movies, like, their purpose was what do the kids think? He thought kids would like this? Do you think the first movie was made for kids? You keep mentioning how it wasn't. Understandably so. And this was trying to appeal a bit to the kids with, some of the other ghosts and things of that nature. But at the same time, still meant for adults as well. Toned it down a little bit because of the kids' cartoon and such. You keep saying you want to see something really different, but that could be a catch-22 as well. Alien 3 was something very different and very nihilistic and very depressing, and that killed the franchise. Prometheus was very different in terms of what it was trying to do, and that was a piece of crap. So, okay, you could be different, but you have to be good as well. And you make it seem as if there was a Xerox copy, and it's not a Xerox copy. The villains are different. The relationships are different. Rick Moranis and Annie Potts together. The way they start off in life is different than they were in the first one. The relationship between Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver is in a different state of affairs compared with the first one. Step. They. If it's one of the first 90 movies, that makes it good because there's a lot of good 90s movies. Another thing I disagree. If Brad Jones said that, then I don't know what the hell he's smoking either. Although I swear there was another interview where he said he liked Ghostbusters too, but I don't know. It's not as good as the first, but I don't know. I mean, being called a 90s movie is not a bad thing. I mean, I can name 100 90s movies from. I mean, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Total Recall and Cliffhanger and Demolition Man and Hard Target and Broken Arrow and The Big Lebowski and Clerks and all sorts of stuff. I mean, pick a year. I never thought in Ghostbusters 2 trailer that was blood. Give me a break. If you thought that was blood, then you're stupid. You are stupid. You are stupid if you thought that was blood. It doesn't look like blood. It looks like the Blob. That's what it looked like. The blob. Did look like blood. Shows how smart they are. No one's no. I mean, if you thought that, I have no insult to you intended. I'm insulting these two jamotes because I'm not a fan of them as people, and I think their review sucks. Hey, you do think my review sucks? That's fine. You're probably right too, but they were both in the suckage. Ghostbusters 2 did not kill the franchise. Bill Murray killed the franchise. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Ghostbusters 2 killed the franchise. Ghostbusters 2 made a lot of money. Critically, didn't get as good as the first one. Yeah, there were fans who were a bit disappointed, but there were fans like me who really enjoyed it to this day. And they would have made a third one if Bill Murray said yes. The reason is because Bill Murray said no again and again and again. And I talk about like Ghostbusters 3. Blame Bill Murray. Bill Murray's what killed it, not Ghostbusters 2. The fact that they think Ghostbusters 2 killed the franchise and not Bill Murray, they should say no, Bill Murray killed it. Otherwise, these guys should not say anything else. I don't care what else they have to say. They wrote script after script after script of Ghostbusters 3. The studio would have made it. Without a doubt would have made it. Because Ghostbusters 2 still made like over $100 million. I think in the US alone. Like, okay, Ghostbusters 2, let's look at the box office. Not as much as the first one. But it made $112 million. That's pretty damn good. And the budget was what, 25 million, give or take? Bill Murray said no. He kept saying no. Especially after Groundhog Day, where he had a bug up his butt about Harold Ramis, when Harold Ramis doesn't even know what happened, because that was when Bill Murray was going through a divorce. I think he was a bit butthurt that each like big movie he was a part of, Harold Ramis was around the corner. I think Harold Ramis helped write, or did he make? What was it? See, Caddyshack and Stripes. Harold Ramis helped write, and Ghostbusters, and now directing in Groundhog Day. And Bill Murray said, "I'm never going to work with this guy again," and would just literally take the script of Ghostbusters 3 and just put it in the shredder. So, Ghostbusters 2 did not kill Ghostbusters. Bill Murray did. Bill Murray did. Now let's talk about Ghostbusters 2016, which does suck. Why do they keep seeing R-rated comedies? Ghostbusters, the first one, was not an R-rated comedy. But I guess that's their point, is they wanted Ghostbusters to be an R-rated comedy. Okay. Maybe it could work, but could be bad. I mean, could be maybe it won't work. Maybe if it was handled as badly as, I don't know, think of a sequel. The Hangover 2, Hangover 3, I'm just thinking like really bad comedic sequels that were R-rated, then they would fail. Ghostbusters 2016 was not harmless. It's bad, but come on. It had a pussy fart joke in it. A queef joke. They shot the ghost in the dick. There were running jokes about wontons. There's not enough wontons, or there's too many wontons. To even think that Ghostbusters 2 is worse or more disappointing than 2016, I cannot take you seriously. Cannot. And they're just talking about the cartoons, the stream Ghostbusters. It just seems like they just want the cartoons. Then just go watch the cartoons. This would be like people complain that the Ninja Turtle movies are not like the cartoon. It's like, then just watch the damn cartoon. This sounds like people complaining about the 1990 Turtles movie because it's not like the cartoon. It's like, give me a break. Again, they want to keep talking about the 90s. The 90s was actually a good era. I don't know what the hell people keep badmouthing the 90s for. Fight Club, Blair Witch Project, The Matrix, The Big Lebowski, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Total Recall, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, Speed, True Lies. How many do I want me to name? I've heard some people actually like to stream Ghostbusters, so he's being butter about that too. So now they're just talking about all sorts of stuff like Ghostbusters 2016. They're talking about stream Ghostbusters and all this other stuff. But again, Ghostbusters 2 did not kill the franchise. Bill Murray did, because he kept saying no. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to work with Harold Ramis again. He really didn't want to do the damn video game, but I don't know. He did it because I don't know. I don't even know why he did. I guess maybe the paycheck was good enough. Who knows? For what I heard, the reason he did the 2016 one was there was kind of a lawsuit that like if you don't do it, you don't get sued. And now he's like, oh, I'll do whatever and be boring in it. Don't give a crap about Steven Universe. Gives a crap about Steven Universe. Give a shit. What are you even talking about at this point? Are we talking about Ghostbusters 2 anymore? A TV show is different from a movie because a TV show has 12 to 24 episodes that they have a lot more screen time, a lot more time in general to add things here and there to quote flesh things out. It's like comparing a live action movie to a live action TV show. It did well. It made over $100 million. Okay, we're just talking about the stream Ghostbusters. This video sucks. And this review sucks. And Dead Walker sucks. And his brother sucks. It did do different stuff. You're complaining that you never see the containment unit? I'm done. I'm done. They got like a minute left. I'm done. Like, if that's a complaint that, we never got to see the containment unit in this movie. I guess it's a 0 out of 10. You saw it in the first movie. Why do you need to see it again? We saw it in the first movie. Why do you need to see it again? And then they have new equipment with the slime. Shooting the slime. Because we're going to control the Statue of Liberty with the NES advantage. But hey, there's nothing new in the movie, folks. There's nothing new. Even though, because I guess I forgot in the first movie the part where they controlled stuff with the NES advantage. I must have missed that part of the first movie. Maybe that was a deleted scene. I would say Ghostbusters 2016 is trying to be more like the first movie than Ghostbusters 2. The three people that get fired. They get a fourth one who happens to be black. They go to a place and they bad their first ghost, and then they get popular, and then cross the streams and all that stuff. Ghostbusters 2 is a good, fun movie. Not as good as the first one, but it's an underrated film. Has a great soundtrack. Some pretty stellar effects, especially for its time. Some nice looking different types of ghosts. Different type of villain. Well voiced by Masterful and Seadow. I think you even get more of a heartfelt relationship between Dana Barrett and Peter Venkman. Like, he's a con artist and he's fun and wisecracking, but you can see why they would break up. Here, when you see that he has a bit more heart to him and actually flesh out the character, but not hammer it home to melodrama. Oh, but she sees more of who Peter Venkman is. I just see this guy actually being worthwhile to stay with Sigourney Weaver's character and vice versa. Some fun bits of business. I mean, the beginning with the TV show that Peter Venkman has, the courtroom scene being a sighting sequence, all the stuff with the mood slime, even the scene with the toaster. I thought that was pretty funny. It's always the quiet ones. You don't. Whatever. Even the cats. Don't worry, cat. The review's over. Even he was tired of hearing this BS. If you don't like the film, that's fine. But I don't like these two guys. I don't like nostalgia. I never liked Doug Walker at all. Never did. Never liked his videos. Never found them funny or entertaining. It's one thing, okay, difference of opinion, but I just don't like the guy personally. Never have. I think a lot of his arguments are flawed. He wants this. We don't want the same thing, but then they keep saying, well, why isn't it like this, how it was in the first movie? Well, they were like this in the first movie, so how come they're not like this? How come we don't have the containment unit? So do you want the first movie, or do you not want the first movie? Which is it? They could have better explained that as well. It's like the first movie, but then why are they doing this? It's not like the first movie. I will say, like, complaints, I even admitted that He-Man's a bit weird. The kids would like He-Man. I think Ninja Turtles would have been a better fit. Yes, it's a bit strange at the beginning of they're back to square one. I get it. They wanted to have more of the underdog quality yet again. I think there's a bit more in the script that could have smoothed things out. I mean, the idea that they got sued and stuff actually makes sense, honestly, but there should have been, like, maybe some people. But at the same time, like, you see that they're successful in other ventures because of what happened in the first one, so it's not like they were right back into college and doing the same thing. It's like, oh, one has a successful TV show, and one is doing the, like, whatever Egon was doing, psychology type of thing. So they definitely were able to break down and find success elsewhere. And that was kind of funny to see where their lives were at that point. But I mean, it's not like the cartoon. Oh well. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.